Light spray. Geez, that light spray. Fuck. It's like 8 something in the morning, and I can't even believe that I'm doing this shit, man. I'm really happy that I'm here. I hope that everybody's happy that I'm here. Eventually, you'll be happy that I'm here. Today, it may not be so much. Okay, so welcome to the 8:30 broadcast. It's going to be a half hour quickness. The first thing that I want to teach you is to smile in the morning. So I don't know about you, but weekends are like usually resets and things like that, which I like. And so I was able to go ahead and go away for a weekend, which is very, it's not something that happens very often, but it was really cool. And then we went up to a friend of ours' house and we stayed there for a little while. So that was really nice. And we did that for our anniversary. So we've been together for like 22 years. So pretty cool, huh? All right. Well, I didn't know exactly what it was that I was going to do with this particular broadcast, but I think that what I'll start is I'll just teach you some things to get you going in the morning, so that way, no matter who watches or whatever it is that you're doing, you can make it quick for yourself, so that way you can do like some different things to help you throughout your day. So for today, I'd like to get started. What I'd like to teach you is to ground. Okay. Grounding is essential so that way when you allow yourself to really connect to the earth, all right, the earth is going to almost hold you in its magnetic field of consciousness, basically. It's an electromagnetic field, but also it consciously holds you there, all right? So here you go. You have this beautiful experience, and the easiest way to connect to that, because that's where you manifest from, is from the earth, because earth provides you everything. It's fire, wood, earth, water, metal. And so those are like the elements of the chi in it. And that's just one way to look at it. And with that, that's what produces your cars, your food, your homes, your clothing, everything like that. So being in connection, direct connection to the earth, is tantamount for you to be able to process or produce anything in your life, to have like a physical or tangible experience. So grounding is really important. And I learned lots of techniques, okay? One of the biggest techniques is to understand that you're like a tree, okay? So a tree has sway, all right? It allows itself to, in a storm, move and be flexible, all right? And it also reaches high into the sky. All right. So its intention is to reach for the sun to get that photosynthesis going inside of its leaves and everything for its health. And then it sets down a taproot down, down, down deep into the earth. And so we're going to learn how to become a tree today, so that way we can ground like a tree into the earth. I'll tell you a little story about trees. I'll probably say it a million times, but it's one of my favorite stories. I learned it when I was in Illinois. I went to Renora, Illinois for a retreat. And at this particular retreat, we were talking about how trees are important because we're in a forest. And so trees are a communal sort of family living style arrangement. And what they do is you can have like several trees in a forest. When they grow naturally in a jungle or in a forest or an open space, there's more than one usually. And so when you have more than one, because they pollinate one another, so there's a lot of ecosystem that's built into this, okay? But anyway, what they do is, let's say somebody is under duress, all right? And that would mean that maybe they're not getting the proper nutrient value that they would like, or maybe they're not getting enough water out of all the trees that are living together, all right? And so maybe one of the other trees will notice that that particular tree isn't getting what it needs in value. So what it does is it'll start sending like feeder roots over to the tree that seems like it's suffering, so that it can pull up nutrient value and help it support itself, so that way it can live. And so that's what trees do. So trees are very communal. So when you're plugging in like a tree to the earth, you're using that particular energy and that particular intention. So the deep taproot is what the plant drinks from, is what the tree drinks from. So that's where it gets its nourishment. That's where it gets like all of its earthly nutrient value, right? Remember, fire, wood, earth, water. So there you go. So it's bringing in all of those element values, the same element values that are inside of us. And because we have these beautiful vibrations to tell the difference, so that way we don't run into trees, okay? When we go and we hug a tree, we'll feel a difference in their vibrational offering. If you're in a really open space and you open your heart and you go in and you hug a tree, what happens is that you're connecting to everything that the tree is connected to. That's why hugging a tree is so important. That's why it helps so much. Okay, so anyway, so here's how you ground in the morning, all right? Easiest way is to, now it doesn't matter if you're on the 30th floor, if you're in an airplane, or if you're in a bungalow, or if you're down in the dirt or the mud, that's fine. You're going to intend. So I'm going to talk a lot about intention. So intention is key. Anyway, so you're going to intend. It's going to be your desire to create this connection. Okay, so intend. You're going to intend that you become a tree in your essence, right? So no matter where you're at, you just stand. Okay, you stand and you put your feet on the ground. All right, I could stand. So put your feet on the ground like this, and you secure them. Okay, and then you imagine roots going all the way down into the earth. I do this so that way I pretend that my roots are growing because I need visuals. So I do this. I go like this so that my roots grow down into the earth. And I wait until I get to like maybe the crystalline core. All right. And you can be standing or sitting. You don't have to stand. It's your imagination, all right, that creates the connection for you, that allows you to tap into the energy of the electromagnetic field of the earth. And that's what changes your vibration, creates that connection. All right. So now I have my roots down there. What do I want to do with my roots? Well, I want to secure them. So I'm going to go to the crystalline core because that's where all the crystals are. Anyway, so I'm going to go to the core of the earth, the very center of the earth, and I'm going to ask my guide, Gaia, to go ahead and wrap them really securely there. So that way I feel tethered to the earth. So I feel secured to the earth. Then I'm going to allow the earth to feed me all those beautiful elements. They're going to come up into my tendrils and make me feel enriched, and just bring them up, bring it up, bring it up, all the way up into the bottom of your feet until it feels like a flat foot. Right. Till you've hit all of it. There you go. Up into the top of your feet, your ankles, up your calves and your shins. Keep bringing up that beautiful crystal energy from the earth. We walk on the biggest crystal. Okay. Bring up all that beautiful crystal energy all the way into your torso, into your shoulders, down your arms, into your fingers, up to your hands, your wrists, up your arms. Allow all that beautiful element energy from the earth to come into your vibrational understanding, up your neck, into your head. And then I extend my arms like this, like I'm a tree branch. I do this because I like to stretch, but it serves twofold. So I'm stretching my arms like the tree does to really reach all that beautiful, juicy sunlight. That's my intention. And then I'm going to draw down all of that beautiful, juicy sunlight. And I'm going to bring that light down inside of me. I'm going to create source energy, and I'm going to allow it to drop down into my experience. I imagine it coming into my etheric connection, then into my crown, into my third eye, my audience chakras, my throat chakra, clearing and supporting and filling me with this beautiful divine light. And down into my heart chakra, my soul, solar plexus, spleen and sacral into my root, down my legs, meeting with the earth, and then feeling it go down past my feet and into my roots, down to the earth, feeding this beautiful energy of love, divine light, down into the earth until I am beaming light myself and it emanates. I allow myself to come into my heart chakra. I decide how open I wish to be. Maybe I've done some healing, so I don't need to be as open as I would be. Maybe I've done a grip of healing and I'm over it. Like I've healed. I've done enough work to where like today isn't one of those healing days. So I want to open my heart a little bit more. I want to make those heart connections because those are the experiences that I want for the day. So now I'm creating an intention for my day. My intention is to connect to my heart chakra deeper and to open it in a very protected, safe environment, which is in love. All right. And then setting up maybe an energetic boundary. Like, I don't know if everybody knows how to do that, but because most things are energy, for my day, when I do like that grounding, I like to add, I like to dial in my day a little bit further. So I'll set some intentions and my energetic boundaries. And so my energetic boundaries, because boundaries they're important. And a lot of time we use them in such a way that really sets us up for a failure. And so for me, boundaries are guidelines for energy. Okay. And it isn't because I want somebody to behave a certain way to make me comfortable that a boundary comes into place. What it is that I'm uncomfortable. So now I need a buffer to figure the fuck out what's going on. That's what that is. That's a boundary. Okay. Because we don't normally look to see like what's the matter with us. We're, well, we do say that, but I mean, when we're in a situation, it's easier to control the outside and tell the outside to behave a certain way so that way our inside feels a certain way and we're getting it back asswards. If we check our inside, then our outside actually follows that. So start here. Okay. So in your intention, when you're looking for connection to like maybe your next day or maybe the day, the idea is to allow yourself to move into the vibration that you want to experience. And by that, you can do it. There's like a lot of hacks out there. One of the hacks that you could do is to imagine yourself in that particular experience. So when you're in that experience, what kind of emotions would you have? What kind of thoughts would you have? Make sure that when you visualize or you imagine something that you wish to partake in, that you put you in the mix there. You got to see you in your vision. Otherwise, you're giving it to somebody else. That's usually what happens. Like just before we manifest, that's another topic. But just before we manifest, what happens is that we'll get a wobble because it's our belief system letting us know, you're not quite there yet. You don't really believe you could have that. All right. And that's that wobble and things don't show up exactly well. But don't worry. We're going to hit that on another day. So let's get back to energetic boundaries. So energetic boundaries are ways that you can tell your energy field to behave and the ambient energy around you to behave. And because your intention, once you set it, is so strong, it follows you in your energy field. So it behaves for you. It's not something that you have to set repeatedly all day. It's one time in the morning, the way that you would like it. So what I do is I do a lot of things in the morning. This is just part of like what I do. So what I want to experience, I think about. I don't just throw it out there. I give it some really good conscious thought about what kind of day it is that I would like. I know that I would like to see customers. I have some booked, I have some other things. Okay, so I would like to see customers. I would also like to meet some really happy people today. That's what I want to do. I want to meet some happy people today. And I would love to exchange conversation that's uplifting. That would be awesome today. In fact, those are the only kind of people that I want to talk to today. Happy people with uplifting conversation. Yep, I'm down for that. Okay, so that is what I want in my vibration today. So I got there because I know what it looks like. I've set my boundaries before. At first, what happens is that you may be like, nah, I don't know if this is going to work. So do a small one. Do something small. Just say, everybody who comes up to me has to say a phrase or something like that, or everybody who comes to me has to smile. Those are easy ones. Then that way it's something that's natural. You're not forcing them to, but those are the only people that can really come toward you. All right. Are the people who have like love in their heart, right? If you use love in your heart, just listen. It's like praying for patience. Everybody has love in their heart because we are love. So then that way you'll meet everybody that day, just saying. So when you set your imaginary boundaries, okay, for energy, so the energy behaves and supports the desired outcome that you would like. That makes it a little bit easier for you when you're going about your day, okay? Now, if you've never done this before and you just want to test it out, because I did. I had to. When Spirit told me that, I was like, yeah, what a crock. How's that gonna fucking work? I have to tell people how I want them to behave around me. And that was quite a few years ago. But so the idea is that it's you that's uncomfortable. And because you're the one that's uncomfortable, that's who you control to a certain degree. And the best that you can do is to invite energetic situations toward you and become a magnet for that using all the universal laws. Okay. So rather than just the law of attraction, all right, using all of them. So you're transmuting maybe the energy of the people who are coming toward you so that way they get to go ahead and show up in a better way for you. Okay. It isn't that they're going out of character or something that doesn't belong to them, and you're not creating hypnosis, you're not doing magic. It's you're creating an intention, and your intention is strong enough to allow for this type of interaction. So that's the second thing that I do. I really like doing that. That's another thing I do. So, goodness. So that's just starting your day, right? It doesn't have to take that long. When you ground like a tree, it takes like maybe, I want to say like a minute, not even that long, because your intention's really strong. The more that you do it, the stronger that it gets. And then later, you don't have to do it quite so regimented. Okay. You just say, I want to ground, and then everything happens. I want to, I would like to have this kind of a day, and everything happens. It's because you have channeled an alleyway for that thought process and for that intention and for that energy to go. So it has a natural canal for it to like work with already. That allows you to have those things basically set up for your day, and it doesn't take that long. It's really easy. So when you ground like a tree, when you bring up all that earth energy, all right, sorry, when you bring up that earth energy, what happens is that you're bringing up everything that you are, because you're all element, all right? And you're bringing up supportive energies that are you from the earth directly in through your energetic connection. And when you bring that beautiful energy in, then you're in resonance with where you want to be. That creates a higher vibration, because now you have basically cleared yourself by allowing unconditional love energy and the earth energy to come in and take up spaces where darkness was, or that's just the saying. So where maybe old thoughts, beliefs, memories, and patterns were. This allows you, when you come back from dream state, flow state, however it is that you would like to refer to it. The idea is that when you are out and about, when you're dreaming, you are collecting different things. And so when you come back, it's a good idea to do some clearing when you wake up. And so this is a good way to clear, and it's a good way to connect. And that's all I got for you today. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Next Wednesday, 8:30, will be another one of those technique days. I hope that this really serves you well. At the end of the day, just real quick, make sure that you allow the earth to recede, so that way the energy isn't quite so high and you could sleep, and makes it a little bit easier. Okay? All right. I wish you guys lots of love, and I'll see you soon.